We're at the front elevation. We've got lights here. You can see that there's a gap here. That means water could get in there on both sides. Gets on the wall. It comes into contact with the conductors and it can energize this wall and electrocute you. You should have a in-use bubble cover on it. Stop it getting water in it while you're actually using it. And the GFCI on it works. So just add the bubble cover, you'll be in good shape. A hose bib here, and we're going to measure the water pressure at this bib. You should have between 40 and 80 pounds per square inch. Any less than that and it's going to make it very poor performance inside the house. Any more than that and it can cause damage to your washing machines, your dishwashers, your faucets. So we're looking to see a pressure not more than 80 and not less than 40 to know that it's in good condition. Well, we have a pressure here of 65. That's not bad. That's okay. Now the grade is pulling away from the side of the foundation. Yep, it's pulling away here. That's caused by not enough water in the ground and soil, and so you want to increase the watering. Might be an idea to include a sprinkler system. Sorry, a soaker hose system. That will help irrigate it, and you could use those pretty well most of the time, whereas sprinklers are often banned by the city at certain times of the week. They're at the front right elevation and the caulking is in poor condition. I can see right into the cavity wall space of this wall here. Lots of water's going to get in there. The caulking is in really poor condition. You want to re-caulk around the whole of the house. And while you're at it, you want to put in weep holes above the steel lintels. You just drill through the actual mortar joint. So you've got the lintel here, and you've got the mortar joint coming down from the soldier bricks. So if you drilled one hole over each lintel, that will give you a weep hole. It allows the air to circulate in that area and dry the whole area out. Off goes the local bunny. We're at the right elevation. There's a corner pop there. It's, yeah, just ignore it, you don't have to worry about it. You always get those little breaks at corners. It's where it's no reinforcement, there's a lot of pressure. There's some post-tension cable ends here that are exposed. Wherever they're exposed like this, you want to fill it with cement. It's called parging. Now you can see on the roof here you've got a penetration, and you've got below it you've got a boot. It's called a boot flashing. They're called corkless flashings, but the builder for some reason corked it. It's very common. Now you can see that it's moved, and what's going to happen as that cools down, as the winter comes, that boot and that corking is going to go inside, and as it goes inside it's going to open up the flashing and water will get in. So you really want to have that replaced. A little bit of water penetration causing that trim work here to move. Bit of signs of water penetration here. The rubber seal on the garage door is broken. You want to get that replaced. Let's see if the trip sensors work. It's a water heater. We do not have a safety pan. What that means is it can leak. If it leaks, the water can actually get inside the house, so you really want a safety pan here. It's a gas heater, so it should have a sediment trap on the gas line here, and it doesn't. This is a temperature pressure relief valve, and we should be able to open that. And we do, that's good. And we have some rust, so this water heater is very suspect. You can see this rust here. It probably needs a new water heater. Sometimes they tell me the age, but often they don't. It's probably installed with the house, so it's come to the end of its safe working life. Got rust here coming through the actual base, so I'd say this water heater's leaking. Well, this is not good. You can see here we've got insulation and it's covering up the vents. This is where air gets into the unit and it's been covered. That's ridiculous. That can cause problems with combustion. You could get carbon monoxide being produced. That is just ridiculous. I'm not going to put that back. Tuck it back in here where it should be. This whole area here should be open. Shouldn't have what we can see here, which is the fiberglass over the vent. It's not meant to be that way, because we're supposed to have air flowing in there. So we've got corrosion on the copper pipes leading to the water heater. I would say you need a new water heater. And we've got access panel here, but no steps. We'll investigate that a little bit later. We have the electrical panel here. There's some materials standing up in front of it, and I've got to get inside this cabinet. This is a record of what we're going to do. We're going to move these cabinets out because I need to get at the electrical panel. Really, this should be moved for me. And then I've got here, I cannot take the panel apart. No, the panel cannot be taken apart. You're going to have to get this whole cabinetry here moved, and then we can get into the cabinet. As it is at the moment, I can't inspect that cabinet. I recommend what you do is you ask the seller to get a report by an electrician. That way they pay for the report on the panel rather than you, because if I have to come back, I'm going to have to charge you a return charge. Yeah, we can't get to this panel at all. All of that's got to be taken apart. My charge is 150. Normally the home sellers, they won't pay for that. So because of their poor preparation for the home inspection, you end up paying more unless you get them to get an electrician. Say you want an electrician's report, because clearly there's been some electrical modifications and they would have to remove all this to allow the electrician to look in, and that saves you money. Close that door for the moment. We're in the backyard. Electrical service rider. We've got damage here to the this is damaged conduit to the sprinkler system. We also have a major structural crack in the wall at the garage, and it's almost certainly due to some sort of subsidence. At the moment it's cosmetic, but if this crack were to open up wider, you can see here, if that is to open up wider, it gets to the stage where you really have to do something about it. As it is at the moment, it's very typical. We have these expansive soils. This is what happens. This is the grounding bar to the house. This is the electrical unit, and it's coming away from the wall. That's not good. Okay, so this conduit, which is going up to the electrical system, actually shows there is movement in the building. You can see it's at an angle. So we do have movement at the rear right elevation. That's the air conditioning unit. Should have caulking along the top here. Don't want water getting in here. If it does, it can cause the wall to be energised. We have a major water penetration issue here. This should be all sealed. Left as it is at the moment, water's going to get into the wall. And that'll be a source of mould if we get a lot of rain. More caulking issues at the rear elevation. Another outlet without a cover. We're at the left elevation. We're going to have a look at the rest of it from the other side, but we've got water penetration issues here. Down here you need to caulk. If you don't, water's going to get in there, and this whole siding, the whole area will suffer greatly. We're now going to the left elevation of the property. Now remember, we found some movement in the rear right elevation, crack in the wall. It's called differential settlement crack. And we're just going to check we haven't got any here, but we do have some movement. You see this fascia board here? It's actually moving apart. It's broke the caulking. Again, that's through roof movement, or through foundation movement. Here we've got a gas line. We're just going to check it. Just let that turn on. That's not good. No gas leak. That's good. But we have a water penetration point here. That needs to be caulked. Another exposed post-tension cable end here. Another window with poor caulking. But we have no cracks at this elevation, so that movement is isolated to the rear right elevation, which is good news. Just need to pay attention to it and make sure the grade is watered, and that way you stop any potential movement, because as the grade gets wet it expands and holds the foundation in position. Roof inspection. I broke a gutter here, it's going to be leaking. So here we are on the roof. You can see we've got this caulking here. As the pipe cools, as the building cools, this pipe's going to pass through this boot. It's actually just a tight fit around there because it's rubber, expands and holds it tightly. But this is going to lead to a roof leak. Well, this is in really poor condition here. You can see the caulking's broken away. That would almost certainly be leaking. Here we are at the chimney. We've got some serious issues with the chimney. Here we've got rot, wood rot here, round here, all along the top. And it's in very poor condition. Not so bad on the front elevation of it, but all along the top here it all needs replacing. This is going to be leaking like a sieve. It's going to get a lot of water inside the property, if not now, in the near future. what have we got next? Attic inspection. All electrical fittings in an attic should be covered with metal covers. Here we've got a plastic one, you can see it's broken off. So you actually can get your fingers in there, and in the dark you might do that and come into contact with the electrical conductors, and that will electrocute you. Not a good thing to do, and a lot of people come up in their attics often and they grab things and wow, it gets you. And the laundry. Basically we're looking for sticking doors, cracks, etc, etc. around the house. We don't want areas to open up where we can, you know, get foundation movement. Hey, these dogs are good, very friendly. Just making sure that we got egress from this room. Yes, we do. There's the guest bathroom. Yep, we have temperature pressure relief. Oh, sorry, we have a GFCI, it's working. Okay. This faucet is broken. It rotates 360 degrees, it shouldn't do that. So that needs replacement. You have hot water though. Extractor. In the master bedroom. Looking for water penetration into the house and whether or not the windows are fogged. The master bath. Master shower. Now we have a slow drain here. Open it up. Oh, it's open. That's okay. Not a slow drain at all. Hot water. Yeah, there's a slow drain here. We want that drain cleaned. flushing okay. Vent works. Make sure the door's not sticky. No, it's not. Of course, looking good in the master bathroom and bedroom. And we've got smoke alarms. Smoke alarm. And a smoke alarm in every hall and every bedroom. There's abundance of them. There we are, there's one there. All of those are in place. Again, we're going to look to see if we got any cracks. We do not appear to have any. And we have a unit, gas stove or electrical stove. Whether that's got an anti-trip or not. No, it hasn't. It should have an anti-trip on it. As it is at the moment, if it tips, stuff could fall off onto a kid. I'm just going to turn on the unit. And we're going to bake. Start. It's all okay. And we've got the dishwasher. We'll put it through a cycle. We have a broken button on the dishwasher. Food disposal. Looks in good condition. Take a picture of the back and we can check that out. That's okay there. That's all working nicely. Entry. Make sure we don't have any cracks in the ceiling. All looks good. And in the bay. Have a look at our windows. No signs of water penetration. This is coming out very well, this house at the moment. No. So here's the fireplace. Remember on the roof we found that the chase was showing signs of water penetration. We have gas logs. And there's the isolator, here's the damper handle here. Now what we're going to do is have a look at the damper itself to see if we've got water there. Yeah, we have water penetration here. Yeah, quite a lot. We're now going to check the air conditioning's ability to cool. Good dogs. It's a good boy. He's setting this at 74. Now we're going to go on to heating. Give that a few minutes. Heat up. Now I'm going to do an infrared scan of the building. What we're looking for are hot connections, you know, outlets that are overheating, switches that are overheating. I can smell the furnace has come on. So, all's very well. We do not appear to have any overheating electrical outlets. Okay, that's well there. Have a quick look at that. Service box. So the service box, that's where the breakers are. It's in the corner here. Remember I said earlier that I couldn't get access to it? Well, one of the breakers in that box is overheating. You want to get that checked out by an electrician. A sprinkler system check. Well, that's still zone 1. Okay, so zone 1 and 2 are the same. Front right yard has come on. But the flower beds are still running. Flower beds are still running. They seem to run all the time. So the front flower beds seem to be on whenever any part of the sprinkler system so far has been turned on. You can see it running here now. There's something odd about that. So the irrigation system isn't responding correctly to the manual controls. See, I've turned it all off. It should literally go off now. That's off. Turn that off, but the sprinklers are still running. It's slowing down and shutting off now. It's not very satisfactory though. Okay. Zone 5, we've got a broken head. Nice ornamental fountain in the middle of the yard. Zone 6. Another broken head on zone 6. And still the front water beds are running. Ha! That's not good. Zone 7. Front left yard. On the back porch, you can see here, sprinkler needs to be radar active. It's spraying all over the window and wall. I'm just going to check the furnace. I know it's running, I can smell all the dust burns off. I can hear it. What do I want to do? Yep, I can see blue flame in there. Excellent. It's all working. Now the sprinkler system's not really working properly. We've got the front porch or the front flower beds at the moment and they're running. And they've been running continuously. They're not going off. This is zone 9, and as we go past we're going to check, see if it's running. Yeah, it's still running. So front flower beds still watering, and I've had them turned off now for a good 10 minutes. Just look here. You can see they're running. It's been going on now for a long while, so the irrigation system does need some attention. see if that's come on. It's the gate fence line. So we're currently running the sprinklers at the rear elevation. No decorative fountains. That's good. Okay, we've got the driveway, rear yard, everything's running fine. There'll be doggy feet on material on the floors. Probably on the walls, I don't know. This is the last zone, zone 12. It's running. So the system is now, I've finished the testing of the sprinkler system, and the system's turned off. But these valves are still running, so what it means is probably one of these solenoids is stuck, it's not working properly, comes on intermittently, and that gives us that problem. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you, Mark?
I'm good, how about you?
Good, thank you. Oh, the sprinklers are going.
Well, I've got it all turned off.
And they're still going?
Yeah, so there's a solenoid, it's in the ground, and sometimes they stick.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened with this one, it's stuck open. There's no way I can turn it off. And it's probably been doing this for a long while. So, anyway, it'll be in the report.
Okay. Well, here's your money.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Did you already go inside and all?
Sorry?
Did you already go in the house?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
been in there, been on the roof, been all the way around. It's all looking good. There's, you know, there's minor stuff with it. I mean, things like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's the type of thing you get with it. Well, actually, I was in a house yesterday that was only 2008, and its foundation lifted by 3.5, 4 inches.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, there were no cracks in the walls.
Wow.
There was no sticking doors. There was no windows out. It was absolutely perfect. The only reason we knew is they paid for me to measure the level of the foundation. I'd have called it out. I wouldn't have called it out.
Yeah.
I'd have walked in and said, no, it's fine.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
Wow.
And 3.5, 4, well, nearly 4 inches.
That's remarkable.
That is phenomenal. Now the only thing really here is the chimney chase. It's leaking badly. When you get up on the roof, get next to it, you know, you'll see that it's all rotten.
Okay.
It just needs the siding replaced.
Okay.
But
He's kept really good care of it, it looks like.
yeah. I mean, some of the issues I found are really builder issues.
Yeah.
You know, they cork they like to cork the penetrations these days. I don't know why, but where the like you can see that vent there, the plumbing vent, they cork around the top of it. Well, they're called corkless flashing.
And they still do it.
Well, the problem is, you know, the roof moves up and down, and it slides. That flashing slides over that pipe. So imagine you've corked it. Now the cork doesn't stick to the rubber because they're two very similar materials and they don't adhere to each other. So now you've got a big round ridge of cork. So in the winter it's going to slide down. As it slides down, it's going to open it up. Now water's going to get in.
Oh.
You know, it's like, why are you guys doing it?
Yeah. They're not doing their job right.
Well, they've got it in their head that everything needs to be, you know, oh, we'll seal everything. But, you know.
Yep. Oh, me.
So I was going to try and find a solenoid, see if I could kick it into play. But I'll just go and isolate the power, see if I can switch it off. So I unplugged the sprinkler system, see here, see if it would stop that sprinkler at the front, but it won't. So that is not working properly at all. Okay, lights all out. Doors locked. Kitchen closed up. Oven off. Dishwasher's done a cycle. Everything's fine, we're done.